so careful in what we're going to say and what we're not. But yeah, if people did see the live last night, I know obviously she lost 2 accounts for showing reused stuff that were on YouTube, I think it was, or whatever. But yeah, the talks of wishing somebody a miscarriage
That's it. It
is
doesn't matter who she said, who it was aimed at, whether it was G Crew's girlfriend or anybody. Things like that should never be said.
no, never, never, ever, ever. But what this is becoming too far below the belt now. It's just, where do we go from there?
Well, you can't go much lower than that anyway. So where is she going to go from there?
And do you think this all stems from the Canadian Angie? Because didn't he say something about losing a baby? And I'm assuming it's affected Canadian Angie in a big way because she was crying.
What, last night?
Yeah, on Canadian Angie's live last night, the poor woman, hardly held it together. Now, I'm not saying G Crew's guilty here, and I'm not saying Evil Queen and Canadian Angie are, but obviously that this is a war. It's a sick war. What's coming out by either teams? It's just vile. And then obviously because you're wishing somebody a miscarriage, what do you say? I'm gobsmacked, to be honest with you, Kerry.
Yeah, it's turned my stomach a little bit, to be honest.
Don't know really. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Honestly, I really, really don't, because you've got to listen to the rap song. The wording in there is absolutely vile.
I didn't hear no rap song.
But is it vile enough for somebody to come out and wish somebody that on a lady?
No.
Morning.
Morning, Jazz.
Morning, Jazz.
Lovely.
Sorry, people are just getting a bit arsey with me in the comments. When G Crew said about when G Crew said about not being able to have children, he was aiming that at EQ. Not that it makes it right in any sense of the matter at all, but he wasn't aiming it at Canadian Angie. He was aiming it at EQ. Like that's sort of been taken in the sense that he was aiming it at Canadian Angie because obviously, unfortunately, she lost a baby, which, I don't like her,
because,
but nobody could ever
without going into that too quick, because then we'll move on to Hayley, Harley Unicorn, and see what she thinks about it all. But what does anybody aware of these leaked messages that's coming from Canadian Angie's Discord? Because apparently somebody in the Discord called G Crew a beast, I think.
I mean, they've called him loads of things. They said that they should go over and mass report him and have his account taken down, just like Wolf's was taken down.
That's fine, fair enough. But mass reporting and calling somebody a beast is that's on different levels. If you get what I'm meaning, that's gone from the least extreme to extreme. Because calling a man a beast, any man is going to take that. Well, what are you trying to brand me?
Yeah, I mean, in that regard, G Crew won't get any screenshots because in Angie's Discord, they sit in voice chat. And in a voice chat in a Discord, you can't screen record to get evidence. You have to do it off a second device.
Right.
So there won't be no evidence produced on that because they sit in a voice chat on their Discord. That's why she's not come to the app for several days.
Right, okay. Unicorn, Hayley, how are you, my lovely?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Jump in. Charlie, I need to jump down, so I need to get ready.
No worries. Thank you, Kerry.
That's okay, bye.
Cheers, my lovely.
So I actually think they're both as bad as each other. They've both gone for low blows. I get with G Crew, I don't agree with your transphobia, right? And that's what he did. The moment he came out of Miss Red's box on, was it Saturday? He then went live and started being transphobic, saying that, you know, about EQ not being able to have kids and things like that, which is not okay. I don't agree with that. But we've got to remember, she also did say to GQ, I'll easily give you the rope when he was in a really bad place. Like that's vile. That's not a sense of humour at all. When someone's in a really bad mental health, and a lot of his mods will tell you this, he wasn't barely coming live. He just wasn't in a good place at all, and she knew that. But I think at this point, they're as bad as each other. They're just going to go back and forth and be low to each other. And it's not right, because it's the listeners that get affected, not them too.
Yeah, whether, you know, the thing that I took that last night, all right, the row is between her and G Crew, but why bring poor Denny in there?
Well, that's the thing. Denny's not said anything. Denny's kept herself quiet in this situation, because it is just between EQ and G Crew, and it should just be kept that way.
And I was right in hearing, Hayley, what she said about wishing Denny a miscarriage if she falls pregnant.
It is on the FYP, and she actually said it in EQ Minx's live as well. So she didn't just say it in her own live, it's been recorded in EQ Minx's live, and then she's obviously gone into her own live and said the same thing.
Yeah, that's just... It's knocked me a bit sick, to be honest with you, because it's just one of those things where you just don't wish that type of thing on any woman.
But can I ask you a question, Harley? Because obviously that day that she said what she said, the Essler, right? And I know that people are saying she's got an excuse to it. It's because she was trying to prove a point. But if you don't mind, because I know, for instance, you've got your sister and stuff. Did that not make you a bit upset, what she said, saying that Essler? Because I know that you were still gifting her when, and I'm not coming at you, but I'm just wondering, like, you know, how that made you feel, because you did go at DG for kind of mocking disabilities as well.
Yeah, but she said the word, and DG come on and acted out a character, really. With disabilities. That's a big difference for me. I go out and I hear these type of words every day. You know, me and my sister, we go out on the pier, we get funny looks, we get funny comments. It's just one of those things that you hear on a daily basis, Hayley. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just one of those words that goes in one ear and straight out the other with me.
Are you aware Quinn, who again has also responded badly to this whole situation by going transphobic? I don't agree with that. But are you aware that Quinn's autistic, and Quinn's got an autistic child, and actually raises a lot of money towards autistic people? Are you aware of that?
I am aware of that, yeah. But, you know, just because he's got a disability doesn't give him the rights to come on and dead name somebody and be transphobic.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that was actually said to a disabled person. Like, her using that word was actually aimed at a disabled person.
But I just want to pick up on that.
We've got a mum that's in the chat now, and Elfie's mum took that as DG was making the comments towards him. It's the same thing. It's.
Sorry, I just want to pick up on that, because that whole situation shows selective outrage, because everyone fired up lives when EQ said it, but there wasn't many fired up against DG. Miss Red didn't pick up on it. Nobody else picked up on it. And the guy, Quinn, who is saying that he raises money for autism and stuff, he has openly said that he sells his merch that is based around autism as a means of an income. So that isn't raising money to profit.
And then when Karma Kaz
merch as a way to profit.
That charity last night that this guy is going on about. And the company, well, by the looks of it, the company doesn't even exist.
Yeah, so that you need to kind of look into that.
Okay, I'll have a sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I was just saying that's not. He doesn't do that kind of to raise money for autism charity. He does that as a way of an income, to put money in his own pocket. He kind of piggybacks off the back of autism to raise an income for himself.
Okay, yeah, and I'll look into that. But someone said in the chat, and obviously you're bringing up the point of the reason that she said that Essler was to prove that point about the whole misread, not bringing up the Prince Brat and Prince and EQ situation, right? Of them going back and forth. That's what it is. It's them going back and forth, and that's why I personally didn't bring it up, because I think for her and Cowboy mainly, because I don't think Alex did say what he said and I didn't agree with it, and if anyone was in that live they would know that I actually did say that. I said I don't agree with him saying that. Now I do like Alex, that's my personal opinion, but I don't agree with him to bring something onto the app without the evidence, and I did say that after he said it. I have not gone live and spoken about that situation personally on my FYP because I think them calling each other that is just as bad as each other. The same with EQ and G Crew. I never spoke about that last night because I think they're both as bad as each other.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Once like I said, you listen to that rap song that G Crew brought out, that was just vile. Mm-hmm. It was vile. But who's gone to making that miscarriage upon somebody, and that rap song, that is just raw. That's just a whole different level.
But as Jazz says, it is selective outrage. It happens all over the place, right? Personally, myself, I've tried to be as unbiased as possible when I do my FYP, because there is no one on this app I'm friends with that are creators. If you do something wrong, I'll call it out. I actually quite like G Crew, called out G Crew for being transphobic the other day. I'll say it. But the thing is, you've got to understand is Karma Kaz is not talking about EQ. So that is, again, we've all got to look at selective outrage. If Misread's not talking about Alex's situation, right, and we're all pointing that at Misread, then why are we not pointing out the same thing to Karma Kaz for not talking about EQ? And we can all sit there and say, yeah, but it's because everyone's hounding him, and his decision is to not do it because people are getting thingy to get him to say it. But you've got to look at it both sides. You can't say Misread is wrong for not doing that, but then say Karma Kaz is not wrong.
No, but then totally agree with you in a sense, Hayley, that we're not in a position to tell other people how to run their platforms or run their FYP shows or whatever. So so who wants to go to Karma Kaz and say, well, why aren't you calling out G Crew because Evil Queen? And I think he made that quite clear over the last couple of nights.
Mm-hmm. And his comments are filled with why you're not having the same standard for EQ. And I think what we all need to realise is that everyone has their own opinion. Creators, people in the comments, they all have their own opinion. And people are either going to like people and they're going to stand for what they say, or they're not going to. And that's the same with the creators. Ultimately, us as viewers have the power to either sit in these people's lives or not.
Morning, Kit Kat.
Morning, Beth. Fact of it is they've both gone backwards and forwards, and ultimately it's just escalated and snowballed into what it is now.
And the thing is, I totally agree with Karma Kaz when he makes statements like, if you've got an issue with somebody, why aren't you calling the person out?
Yeah.
So therefore, he hasn't got an issue. He hasn't got an issue with Evil Queen. He may have behind the scenes, and they may do that off the app. None of us know that.
Yeah.
But he has made it quite clear, if you've got an issue with a creator on here, you go call them out.
Yeah. And the thing is, they've both done wrong. I don't agree with what either of them have said. I do not agree with what either of them have said, but I can see how it's gone from obviously EQ saying about the rope, G Crew coming back, to now EQ coming back again. It is literally, I just don't see how it's going to end. And it simply just isn't. Because
we're at this point again, where these creators have crossed the line, and how much further are they going to go below that line?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And I think it's not them that's going to be affected by it. It's going to be us, the viewers, because it's going to be something that's going to get said that's going to hurt someone else over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning,
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everybody in the comments.
What would you like to say to me about it all?
I just think it's all gone mental. I just think it's a roller coaster. It's getting out of hand. It really is. You see, these big creators, I believe, are influences, you know, towards others because they are big creators. And, you know, when they say horrible words, then yeah, it's down to the individual if it has an impact on them. Do you know what I mean? But
Well, I think, the main thing yesterday that I saw, not coming off the subject of this really, but what the fuck is Alex bringing fucking Irish Kelly back?
I was a bit shocked about
I'm
that.
sorry,
to be
but
honest.
I don't mean to really change the subject because obviously, these two people or these two groups are just as bad as each other.
Yeah, of course.
Because you've got Evil Queen wishing somebody a miscarriage, and then you've got G Crew that is dead naming and being transphobic, being quite openly about it.
What
And
G
then you've
Crew?
got
I haven't
obviously
seen that.
Alex, and then you've got Irish Kelly that made that such a vile video, that live. But then they've got other cheeks that come on here and start pointing their fingers at other people.
That's not the worst of it, Charlie. I've actually seen a clip of G Crew in Alex and in Alex Brigham with Irish Kelly, and he makes the statement again about not being able to have children. And he says not apologising. And they all just sat there, and EQ, I think, joined the live. There is a clip of it. So, Alex and Irish Kelly, I mean, I'm sorry, but any woman that's going to sit on this app and listen to a man say that and not call it out should be ashamed of themselves.
I didn't see that, love. I haven't seen it.
And did you notice
It is
he
diabolical.
apologised to Lucy Vanjie for putting her face on Jimmy Savile, but never did he apologise to me for putting my face on Gary Glitter.
I actually don't feel. I'm sorry. I'm going to put it out there. I don't feel sorry for Angie with that whole Jimmy Savile thing. She's played that as a victim. I just want to make a quick point. She sat in a live and turned around and made the statement that the victims of Jimmy Savile took too long to come forward and basically victim blamed them. So you know what? I don't feel sorry for her in that sense.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. The
Thank you
impact
for
of
that,
what
Unicorn.
Sorry.
I said exactly. Thank you for that.
No, that's not what it is.
Yeah, but it's true, isn't it? You're right, Unicorn, because at the end of the day, she didn't just stop there. She was saying that she slept with her bloody brother the other month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How insulting is that for people that have gone through traumas? Do you know what I mean? It's
Well, as you know, V, I've had to go to the police myself over the last couple of weeks.
well, yeah, but
it's
just ridiculous. But
because
as
of
the Alex,
the vile accusations that people make. And it's not because I've got anything to worry about or hide. It's to cover my own backside. That's what I've done it for.
Which is what I was just going to say when I came in, but Unicorn already said it for me, so thank you again for that. But I will say, why? Whenever I take a little bit of time away from TikTok, like last night, for example, does everything hit the frigging fan? What the hell, man?
Well, I was going to ask, have you seen also now the M situation with John?
Oh, yeah, my missus just mentioned that, to be honest.
So they're basically, I personally think it's Aard and her of setting up John. John's now called the police online, but they're trying to claim that with a 15-year-old and stuff. Now, Aard only did this, 2 weeks ago to the guy that's the pedo enabler of Smokes. I can't remember his name now. SH, I think his name is Alfie. He made up a message to make out that Alfie had been messaging a 15-year-old and it was all fake. So they've just basically tried to do that to John Shields as well.
no way.
Yeah.
Freak's
This app is
sake.
That's
disgusting.
disgusting.
Oh my
It's
God.
so dangerous, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And that's
I
why
don't know how low
when
we're gonna
anything
sit.
happens like this to you, you need to report it to the police straight away.
Yeah. Morning, Charlie, by the way.
Morning, because it just covers your own backside. Morning, Beth. What would you like to say, my love? Beth?
Morning.
Morning.
They're all wrong uns. Ban them
Yeah.
all. Get them off the app. I'm bored of it now.
Well, it's not going to go away, is it?
No, is it heck?
Because this war between, obviously, G Crew and Evil Queen, this, I always say, look, when people come in, and this not defending Evil Queen, but, good luck to anybody that's going to take her on.
Nah, is it? Uma's going to go away.
I've got a bit of a soft spot for EQ. I can't lie. Like, you know, if we got to pick sides in this, like I'm on EQ's side.
Oh.
Probably paints me in a really bad light, but
That's
Did
down.
you watch
That's
it
down
last
to you,
night?
Steph, honestly.
Did you watch the live last night?
no, I was out. Why? What did I miss?
Where she did wish Danny, if Danny becomes pregnant, a miscarriage.
Oh, bloody hell!
Oh God!
Why?
She
She always she speaks facts, but then she takes it too far. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I'm
But
not.
then on the other
Yeah,
hand, on the scales, sorry, Hayley, on
No,
the
no,
other
don't.
scales, you know, that you got about, not, yeah, you know, with obviously the transphobia remarks, and then you've got that vile rap song, you know, all right, it's tit for tat, people may see it, but maybe to a lady, but, you know, for Evil Queen to say that, that's, yeah,
Yeah, I miss that.
I'm a little bit
I think
sickened that-
EQ, and I'm not defending her because if she has said that and I didn't see it, but I'm not defending her. I think she's a very damaged woman. I think
I just think she's very clever.
I think she's been through a lot in her life. You know, from a very
Of
young
course you
age,
can,
she's been in
Josie.
prison. She's had the transition from male to female. You know, there's been a lot happen for her, and I think she gets affected by the way that people talk about her on the app. I think she's just very, very good, and probably because she's had to do it all her life at masking that.
She is clever, but she is also damaged at the same time. I will agree with that.
But, you know, yet
what
again,
she's
Jason,
doing.
we're at a
Being
position
stupid.
where, you know, how much further are these people going to go below that line?
I mean, this is the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because I'm going to say it, I'm going to call it out. I personally think like Angie's probably quite damaged as well and had her own thing. And, you know, we don't use that excuse for her, so we can't use it for anyone. No one should be getting to use that line that I've had a shit life, you know, my past has been whatever. Like, you know, we've all got our own stuff happening in our own lives. It's never an excuse. I'm sorry, you should know the difference between right and wrong. I was like you, Beth. Last year I used to like EQ as well, and I used to be like, oh, it's just, you know, it's just an act, you know, it's all dark humor. Do you know what I mean? And I would just ignore it. But now, like, she said it herself that it's not EQ, it's Chelsea Harwood that's saying this.
I mean, I'm not trying to big myself up here, but why can't people just be more like me and not bring their own personal trauma and whatever else you want to call it to TikTok? Keep it the hell away. You know
A
what
lot
I
of
mean?
people do though, Jason. They
That's
do.
all
They
right,
keep
I'll
it.
be cold
People,
words.
obviously, there are people that do their trauma,
Sorry,
dumping,
love.
you know.
That's all right. Yeah,
know-
I mean, just don't bring it to TikTok. That kind of shit shouldn't be aired in public.
But
You
it's
know
not-
what I mean?
It's not so, you know, it's not so bad, shall I say. If, you know, if somebody's coming on and they've got a genuine illness and they're telling their story,
Yeah.
fine. I totally accept that. But when that same person comes on 7 days a week and has a different issue for every day of the week, that's trauma dumping. I don't want to know any of that. You know,
No, I agree with that.
fine. I'm not having that.
I mean, I didn't see last night's live, so it's really difficult for me to comment specifically. Like, you know, if she has said that, then that's disgusting.
I mean, I could trauma dump until the cows come home, but I
But we've got to
don't.
balance
A lot
it
of
out.
us could
though,
as well.
Beth. You know, what do you think about
Jason.
G Crew's rap song?
I haven't even heard that. I'm quite shocked, you know, because me personally, I like G Crew. Yeah, and
John,
that's
yes,
the only
I
big
did.
creator that I do actually like.
Can I just,
yeah?
V, can I just quickly address somebody in the chat? Joe, Charlie, you had the most to say about DG. Yes, I did. That gifted EQ after the slur. But I don't find the word spastic, I'm afraid, offensive.
But me personally, it all depends, doesn't it? Because personally, right, Charlie, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I do
somebody's
not
gonna
like that word, but
listen,
that's personal
if somebody's going to
preference.
come up to you in the street and say, "Oh, why are you pushing around your the
Yes,
word that I just said, your sister?" Yeah,
listen,
I find that offensive.
I
But
find
if
it,
you've got an older person coming over and they don't really know what the slogans are for the new generation to go, "Oh, it's your sister," blah blah. How we that I totally accept.
no, see, I don't like the word, but I wouldn't have a go at somebody. I did last week, yeah, and somebody said that word. I says, that's your choice of words, but please don't say it to me because I don't like it. I find it offensive. And that's it, yeah. But
Yeah.
I made it known that I didn't like the word and it wasn't said again towards me. They can say it to whoever they want, but I made it perfectly clear I don't
But
like that
saying a
word.
word, when you're balancing it up, when you're saying a word and you're actually acting out somebody's
Yeah,
disability,
it's a
that's
different
two different
scenario.
things. Two different
Right.
things
Well,
completely.
yeah, because you're actually taking the pee, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's blatant, and I don't agree with that. I think that's just degrading.
But do you not find it, because in my opinion, she knows what she was saying and she's deliberately gone out of her way to trigger people. Is that not
Yeah.
worse?
Yeah, of course it is. I agree with you, Unicorn, 100%.
Because like
No.
from the way I see it, as someone that if someone is disabled and hasn't got their own voice, you know what I mean? That's why people who have got the voice and that are not vulnerable needs to call it out as it is. You know what I mean?
I
Like
could- I
I'm
could
not
be mistaken.
I'm not disabled, but at the same breath, my worry and empathy is towards people that are disabled that haven't
Yeah,
got the
same.
voice and they're too vulnerable to
Can I
speak
just
out on
quickly
it.
point out another comment? Miss, I don't give up. You pick and choose your battles, Charlie, just like the rest. No, I don't. If I think EQ
No.
needs to be called out on something, then
You
I'll
just
call
do
her
it.
out on something. And at the moment, what I'm annoyed with EQ is coming out with that slur. So I don't pick and choose my battles. I just don't find that word that she said offensive. That's
Yeah,
my
but this is
opinion.
what I'm saying. It's personal preference, isn't it? Because it's not against the law to call somebody that. Because many years ago, it used to be the society, and
So apart
even in
from her
medical
talking
terms,
about
they were
the
called that.
miscarriage last night, what else do you want me to call EQ out on? Because, at the same time, we've got to call G Crew out for the rap song and the transphobia remarks.
Yeah,
And
yeah, of course you do.
I'll also add to what you just said as well, Charlie, by saying if it's on the FYP, it's going to be talked about. Simple as that.
But I think people are, Charlie. I think everyone that I've spoken to have all said
No,
that
Alison, no.
GQ and EQ are as bad as each other. They're
yeah,
both
definitely.
disgusting for what they're doing.
Definitely.
I don't know when it's going to stop. Do you know what I mean? Because there's still, it's like I said, people have personal preferences on different words. Like you can accept it, Charlie, to certain degrees. I can't. I don't like the word. So if I hear it, I'll move away from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree, but I do also think it is, in a way, it's about educating.
Alison, I'm putting you on silent, lovely.
I
Into the
didn't
back row.
know that the black community found the word orangutan offensive until Pearl said it. Like, I live in a town that is very, the population is very white British or white Eastern European. So it's not something that I've ever, I guess, considered. And that's probably a bit naive of me, but I
No,
learnt
it's
from
not.
that. But to me, I wouldn't have found that offensive.
Right, but then on the other hand, right, the way I look at it, to say that word to a black person, you are aiming it at a black person. If you say it to a white person,
Yes,
you
darling,
don't find it
listen,
offensive.
I've been brought up in that community, okay? And trust me, I've been on different gypsy sites up and down the country. I've been with different gypsy families all up and down the country. Never, ever, ever in the 50 years that I've been on this earth have I ever, ever heard a travelling woman call their children or their grandchildren
No, I haven't
that
either.
word.
I haven't.
Hang on.
I was.
Can I just
Never,
suggest a
ever,
comment?
ever.
Hang on.
All right, okay, I totally accept if the word MONKEY come out. Because
Yes.
everybody cheeky little whatever, that would, that in a way probably would have been more acceptable if she would have said that. in some sort of way. But whoever
But I
calls
still
their
wouldn't have done it,
grandchildren or their
Charlie.
children, no, you don't be.
I still wouldn't,
But
not to a
who
black
calls their
person, I wouldn't. I'd be
grandchildren
very
or their
mindful.
children that word? I've
I
never
used to
heard
bring
it
my
before.
children up saying that, oh, you cheeky little, you know, and things like that. But I would never turn to a black child and call them that because I believe that's really offensive. Even many years ago, I would never even do that.
No. And I knew straight from an early age, and obviously I had an education. I went to school, went to secondary school, but I knew from an early age what was right and what was wrong, and I knew what
Yeah,
those
we were
words
brought up
meant
like that.
towards people with colour.
Yeah, we
Exactly,
weren't
Charlie.
allowed.
I knew
Exactly.
from an early age, and never, ever, ever has my family ever said anything like that. Never.
And this is the thing for me with
Yeah.
Pearl is if any of us had said something that was against any gypsies or travelling, like that's a disgusting word towards them, if I had sat there and then made the excuse, sorry, I didn't know that was a bad word towards you, would I have got the exact same kind of response? Probably not. I would have got told that I'm a racist or, do you know what I mean? Like,
Discriminating.
yeah, I'm discriminating against you, you know, like, which is true. Like,
But when you're using the
You're
word
right.
gypsy, Hayley, in a conversation by saying, "Oh, Johnny, are you a gypsy?"
Yes.
Using it in that derogatory or that way isn't naughty, isn't bad. But obviously,
it's
if
the
you're
other
saying
word.
if you're
It's the
saying it
P
in the
word, isn't
content
it?
of, "Oh, Johnny, you're a dirty," whatever,
Yeah.
G, then yes, it will be offensive. But when you use the P word in no matter which conversation or whichever way you're using it, it's wrong.
I'll be honest with you, right? Until I come on the app, I didn't realise how much the travelling community and the gypsies was, people was so much against them because I was brought up, I didn't see any of this, that they was targeted out, like blacks, like, disabilities.
But why don't you think most gypsies, that's why we don't vote B? Because, and I'm not, listen, I'm not pointing fingers out to this, that, or the other community or any other, any other issue. But I think in sort of circumstances, we, the gypsy community and the travelling community, are in a worse position than the black community. Because at least you've got people in Parliament trying to put things through.
Yeah, I understand.
There's nobody in there
Yeah.
representing my community.
No, I understand that. but
Nobody
what
at
I'm saying
all.
it was an eye opener for me when I come on the app. My granddad was a Romany gypsy. I never witnessed any of this being racist towards them or discriminating them.
Well, I remember that
I-
that type of things from an early age.
Yeah.
Going out with my granddad and he'll be sharpening
Yeah.
people's tools or whatever on the old grinder barrow,
My granddad used to make pens.
the settled people, the gorgers as we call people that
Yeah.
are settled, would come out and give my nan and granddad a cup of tea in a jam jar.
Well, I will say that Parliament won't be doing nothing
and there's
for the
me as a
next
kid
month because it's
thinking
been
that was,
dissolved.
as a kid, I thought that was the normal thing.
Yeah.
Not until obviously I started to grow up and started to
And
think, well,
realising.
that was
See,
so
people have
much-
different experiences, don't they? So I'm
Yeah.
grateful that I did come on TikTok because it opened my eyes to a lot of things. Because obviously I was sheltered. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it did open my eyes to a lot of things. So it is a learning curve,
Oh yeah, definitely. But when you go on,
Definitely
once you've learned and you've been taught, and
I wouldn't dream of.
you've had the teaching what's right from wrong.
Yeah, of course.
When you go on and you continue to make that same mistake,
Exactly, Charlie. I were brought up in the same era as you.
so it's just offensive all round, isn't it? And then obviously, look, none of us are perfect. We've all made mistakes.
no,
But when you
yeah.
go on and you continue to make that mistake, I got very angry yesterday watching Torian and Pagey Baby, because people were going, well, when you get involved because somebody's been a racist, it turns into bullying. Those two girls, well, one of them inboxed me, the other one tried to come in my box. But never, ever, ever have those girls ever messaged me and bullied me in any way because of what came out last week.
I think that those two
I
girls.
explained the situation to Torian, by direct message, and that was it. There was no bullying.
No.
No
I
bullying
think that those two
whatsoever.
girls, for their age, have handled this situation incredibly. I think they should be really proud of themselves because they have made a stand for what they believe is right and for what is right, and they have educated a lot of people.
When it
Well,
comes to a debate, and you're
Paige is very well
debating,
educated anyway,
the thing
isn't
is,
she?
me, when you're debating with Torian and Paige, baby, because they're so educated in what they're passionate about,
Yeah.
it's like an ordinary person off the street going to have a debate with the Prime Minister or the President of the USA. You're not going to win.
No, you're right.
You're not going to win
win.
unless you're on their level and you know exactly where they're coming from. Don't get into a debate with them because you will not learn. You won't win.
No. So
You will not
you
win.
having a personal opinion is classed as bullying now, is it? To have an opinion.
I think you're entitled to an opinion,
Yeah, of
but
course
it's
you are.
the way that it comes across, and at the same time, if it suits the person's narrative. If it's not suiting their narrative because they want to twist things, then no. And yes, you know your view does, or your point does sin as classed as bullying. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but to quote someone in the comments, Big Bill, he just said, "What are you talking about, Charlie? Stop." What would you care to elaborate on that, Bill?
We're just having a conversation, we're having a debate. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, if you've got something to say, Bill, come up in the box.
Big Bill, never heard of them.
No, have I. You know, if you don't want anything being mentioned on the app and you find it offensive or you don't like what you're hearing, you know, there's an X button or you can scroll on. But at the end of the day,
That's
don't
what
allow.
I'm forever saying on Charlie's lives.
Exactly, Jason. But also, right, if you want to wear it on a public platform, then expect people to have opinions and they're going to speak about it. The only way you're going to stop it is just stop doing things, the same things.
And that's never going to happen on this app.
No, is it heck?
Because obviously people, look, you know, at the end of the day, Evil Queen is wrong in what she's saying, and obviously, you know, her reaction, and G Crew is exactly the same. They're both just as bad as each other.
I'm shocked. I am really shocked at G
But
Crew.
because we say they're just as bad as one another, we can still have our personal views without getting into a conflict. Or we
Absolutely.
can have a discussion about anything that's happening around the app as long as it's relevant, because I don't want to talk about stuff that happened 2 years ago or 6 months ago. I want to talk about stuff that happened yesterday and what's happening now. You know?
Listen, we've got different. We've just had a different of opinion, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
You saying
my
that
God.
you could accept it. I said I couldn't, but I'm not going to hold that against you because you've got a different opinion to me. I respect your opinion. You respect mine. That's all what it's about.
You see what Big Bill said. What's what your words in the box you say?
He said, "What I've got. This is what I was just going to say, Alison. I've got it stopped on my screen here. Big Bill has just said again. What's your words in the boxes? You just said the certain dark colour.
What, are we not allowed to say that?
So this is what I'm saying. You're going to offend.
I'm going to say this
somebody.
again.
You're always going to offend someone.
Bill,
Yeah, you're right, Beth.
if you've got something to say, come in the box."
Where's Unicorn gone?
She had to drop.
You've got kids getting off to school. Okay, so we call that black people. I'm sorry that I made said that word. You know, I apologise for that. But at the end of the day, you know, when you're talking about G Crew and Evil Queen, yes, they're as bad as one another, but how low are they going to go before?
No,
You know,
somebody just said.
Is somebody gonna, you know, what's going to happen next? Where's it going now? Because as I said, we've already gone way far, you know, below that belt already.
Yeah, exactly. Well, John Joe said you better say person of colour, but when you say that, you offend them as well. So
There's always going to be someone offended.
Yeah, this is.
It's like the whole thing about, are you autistic or do you have autism? Like, it's personal preference on how it's referred to. And on that note, I'm off to work. See you later.
Have a great
Big
day.
love,
then.
Bev.
Yeah, no matter what you say, you're going to be offended. You know, the trolls are going to come in and twist it and turn it and go off into a little, you know, forum room and start twisting it in there and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not interested in that. You know, if I've said something wrong and you find that offensive, then I apologise for that. You know.
You're not going to win no matter what. You can't please everybody.
No, you
So,
can't. And if you could please everybody, it'd be a happy world, wouldn't it?
I mean, I personally think Paige is very intelligent. She knows.
Oh God,
her stuff.
yeah, both of them are. Like I said, you know, if you're going to take them on in a debate regarding racism, you know, it's make sure you know your stuff because otherwise you're just going to look stupid.
Oh, 100%.
Morning, Jojo.
Morning,
Hello, Joe. I don't know, Jason. This app's gone down the chute, hasn't it?
Oh,
Well, I don't think it's the
not
app, it's the
joking.
people, innit?
You're not
I am
joking.
shocked. I will state this. I am shocked that Alex and Irish Kelly was in that box yesterday. Yes. After what
Jesus.
they did on that video, I am absolutely mortified that they had so many people. I know a majority probably was trolls, but allowing them back on the app. It's disgusting.
Morning. Hey, did
Morning,
anybody?
Jojo.
Did you watch live yesterday? That was an atrocity. That was. Hey, did
Morning,
anybody
Jojo.
hear? Did anybody hear? Morning, my lovely. Did anybody hear Alex saying
Hello,
I'm going to
Mary.
manipulate everyone?
Yep.
Did everybody hear that?
Sorry, everybody
He's gonna
quiet for a minute.
manipulate
Go on, Joe.
people.
Sorry, say that again.
Alex turned round yesterday and said he was going to manipulate everyone for gifts. That I've got it on screen recording.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh yes. I don't miss the chick mate when it comes to these idiots online.
The thing
He
is,
said he was going to manipulate everyone. Oh no, yeah.
the thing
Hello,
is,
Mary
at the end
Ann.
of the day, you know, look,
Morning.
at the end of the day, Alex shouldn't be on the app. He shouldn't be here full
No.
stop after that video. You know, but who are we to stop?
No,
You know, we're nobody to
I
stop
just wrote
him.
following.
Good morning, Mary Ann. It's nice to
I've got-
finally talk to you.
Morning.
Morning.
Are you all right, Mary Ann?
Morning, Marianne.
I'm good. Morning, Charlie. How are you?
I'm all good, my darling. How are you?
I'm all good. I just thought I'd pop up to see how you all are.
Yeah, we're all good, my lovely. We're all
Oh,
good.
God bless you,
Oh,
Mary.
good. Oh, good, yeah. I just popped up to see how you are.
We're all good. We're all good.
Well, more important,
Mary Ann.
Mary. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good.
I'm fine. Anyway, I'll go down now and let you finish talking.
Oh, bless you.
No worries, Marianne. Have a great
Big
day,
love,
my
Mary
darling.
Ann.
Alright.
See you later, Mary Ann.
Big love, my lovely. Have a good day.
So, what do you think about that video, that live yesterday with him in Irish Kelly? And
I thought it was diabolical.
Oh, Jesus. I was so angered at that. Oh, my God.
He had the audacity to talk about people talking about kids, but now you make a joke about something really serious about a child.
Yeah,
You've got no grounds to say anything like that.
well, without going into so many words, yeah.
Yeah.
what
That's why I
pissed
didn't
me
say
off,
that.
Joe, what pissed me off is he had the audacity to sit there and say sorry to Angie yesterday for putting her face all over Jimmy Savile, but he never said sorry to me for putting my face on Gary Glitter.
I'm more shocked. I'm more shocked that she was his mod than anything because she was blocking everybody. She was muting everyone.
In Angie's defense,
true.
I don't know if this is to get more numbers in or not, but she did come across really angry as soon as Irish Kelly was in that box because she dropped.
Yeah, that's it, Charlie.
I know.
You just reminded
I
me.
know. What they were saying yesterday was running up G Crew's account because I know he's been banned for a week.
Yes, yes.
I know there was in there running up that account, the G
We got
Crew meme.
80% out of that alive. 80%, Jojo. And
Hello?
also, Angie, she demodded herself, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yep. Because everybody was going after you, see. There was because I kept kicking Alicia. Is it Alicia?
Yeah,
At the
it's
box.
fine. It's
And then
fine,
somebody
you
else
know,
come
if
up and
you're
kicked
gonna
them at the box.
It's fine if you're going to demod yourself, you know, because of the Irish Kelly issue. But she's got to have the same energy now for Alex.
Which, yeah, you've just reminded me, Charlie.
Because you can't pick one out of the other because they were both in that
Alicia was
live and they
brilliant,
both said
actually.
exactly what they said.
To quote Alex's live the other day, when he called everybody on this, on your side, shall we say, Charlie, as Alex quoted,
Alex Saville.
he called everybody hypocrites or hypocritical, right? So then he goes onto Angie's live, apologising for putting Jimmy Savile's face on her picture, right? But never apologises to you.
No.
And say, to that,
But he
I'm going to
won't.
say, Alex, who's the hypocritical one now?
Yeah, but he's
And apart from
that.
all right, listen, guys. Apart from the Clapper situation, which we're all aware of, yeah, that the Clapper issue is with adults, not children, Alex. The video you done with Irish Kelly and your fucking girlfriend, that was around children.
Good point there.
That's the big difference. I'm not saying I'm right because it was an adult. I'm just saying the thing
That's
that
a
I
very
done
good
was
point, that.
with people that were over 18. We're adults. But what you mentioned and what you went on about is with children. Sorry, Mary Lou, you'll have to come back. Love. You're echoing. So that's the issue, Alex.
Good point
And then
there,
you
Charlie.
you had the cheek to sit there and apologise to Angie, but don't apologise to me. But you're the one that were involving children in that fucking
I agree with
conversation.
you, Mary. You don't
I
need their apology like Mary
absolutely
said,
agree with
should
Mary
you?
there.
Yeah, I do
Absolutely.
as well, Jason. Yeah, I agree with you, Mary. 100%. Stick it. You know, no matter what he's done in the past, that video was absolutely diabolical.
Is that better?
No.
Oh, for God's sake. This
And as we
Close the app, Mary, then come back in.
As
You
we
know,
say from up north, let them stick it where the sun don't shine.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Yeah. And every day when I do these breakfast shows, every day I'll be reminding people of what he done. Every day I'll remind people what he done, whether there's 2 people in this room or whether there's 200,000 in this room. Every day I'll be reminding people what he's done.
I've got so much to say on him, but if I did, I wouldn't only get myself bananaed, but I'd probably get everyone here bananaed as well. So, you know.
Adam ask, whatever happened to live and let live? You're having a laugh, aren't you?
No,
Are you really having a laugh?
that's unacceptable. What that video is
When
just,
it involves children,
Right.
you're saying that live and let. No, goodbye. You're not welcome in this chat, I'm afraid.
You know what? See you later.
Bye.
the thing is, right, Charlie, is people can have their opinions. Do you know what I mean?
No, when it comes
Well,
to
whether-
children, V,
no.
I don't want to know their opinions.
No.
You know, listen, what happens between 2 adults is adults. Fair enough, you know, whether it's
Well,
right,
when it
whether it's
comes to
wrong, it's still
children, no.
adults.
We're all
But when you
supposed to have
start
a
talking
duty of
about
care.
children, no.
Yeah. As Claire just said in the comments, Alex keeps saying he's out in the truth, but it never happens.
No.
No, of course it doesn't.
No, it don't, and it never will happen.
Is
But
that
every
better?
day, as I said,
Oh, yes.
every day I will be telling people what he done. I'll be reminding them of that video because I've got the video. And every day, if I have to play it, well, I won't play it, but if I'm going to keep saying it, I will. Every day. Every day that I'll be reminding people what he done to innocent people on this fucking app.
Is that
Every day
better?
how he
Can you hear me?
manipulated women.
Yeah, you're right
Stop
there.
echoing now.
There's never any proof. Imaginary.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on, Mary.
Sorry, no, all I wanted to say was what people need to realise on this app, right? There's the younger generation growing up, and the behaviour on people on this app just lately is absolutely horrendous. Younger generations are watching this and they're going to think it's okay to behave the way people are behaving. And to be honest with you, people need to go and look in the mirror, give their head a wobble and sort the fucking self out. Excuse my French. It's really annoying me because there's people getting away with stuff on this app, right? And it's absolutely disgusting, the behaviour of people, the things that people are saying, they're putting each other down. Whatever happened to building each other up, supporting each other, being positive to one another? Well, you know, I'm sorry,
So the thing is, Mary, what annoying me at the moment is, apart from myself and Karma Kaz last night, who else is calling Alex Brigham out?
Yeah,
Nobody's saying to him, we don't want you fucking back, Alex.
No,
No,
but
I
the thing
understand
is,
that. To be honest with you, I don't watch that Alex, whatever his name is, and I never will because I don't like the person, I don't like his behaviour. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of big creators on this app who are doing things to get content, to make content, to earn money. Now listen, at the end of the day, right, I understand people are going to, you know, get
At the same time, Mary, at the same time, my lovely, they've still, you know, the bigger creators are on here. They're in a better position than I am to make more damage. And they're not.
No, I get that.
None of them are doing anything about it. None of them are doing anything about it.
Well, they ain't going to, are they? Because everyone looks out for themselves on this app, don't they? Let's face it, come on. But what I'm saying is basically, at the end of the day, right, they need to grow up and they need to realise the damage that it can cause upon a person. Actions cause reactions, as they say, and people need to realise that their actions one day are going to cause some damage to somebody, whether it's physically, mentally, or whatever, because they're doing what they're doing, and the younger generation are watching that and they're going to think it's okay.
But that's another thing, Mary. Him coming on yesterday going, oh, you know, how is it affecting me? Because people are calling me a pedo and this, that. Well, how do you think I fucking feel about Alex?
No, I ain't not about Alex.
I've had it every day since you put my face on Gary Glitter.
Yeah, now what I'm saying, Charlie, is the fact that all of them need to realise, right, what they're doing will cause effect on somebody one day.
Every day I'm getting messages like, oh, you're a dirty HIV fucker.
Basically,
you're
what I'm saying is,
spreader.
they need to realise that
Mary, Mary, I'm talking.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just getting so angry. You know, he has the cheek to sit there. He has the cheek to sit there and say this, that, and the other about other people, you know, and about, oh, he's mental well. What about mine? How about all the other people that you've affected around the app, Alex?
Yeah, I get what you're saying,
I'm getting death threats every day. Every day I'll get a comment about my HIV, or you're an AIDS fucker, or you're an AIDS spreader. Every day I get messages of vile.
Why am I being muted?
I don't come on here, start singing and being happy and, you know, outing these people. Because the issue is you, Alex.
Why is
you're the issue.
You know something? What's the point in people coming up in the boxes if you're not able to have your say? All I was trying to say, right, was basically they all need to just grow up and sort themselves out. But if you're not allowed to come up and speak, what's the point in people?
You are allowed to come up. I'm not angry with you, Mary. I'm just angry with him.
No, but what I'm saying is somebody keeps muting me.
Well, it wasn't me, Mary Lou. I've got no powers and I wouldn't do that to you.
All I was saying basically was...
And it wasn't me.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Because I ain't going to...
Right, who's muting Mary? Because if you are, it's rude.
Yeah, stop muting, please. Otherwise, I'll take the powers away.
I was
Let
talking
Mary speak,
first.
please.
You know something? What's the point in having these debates if you're not able to say what you need to say? All I was trying to say, basically, was it don't matter what creator it is. They need to think of their actions before doing what they're doing, because at the end of the day, right, it's literally... It's going to have an impact on the younger generation.
But do you not think, Mary, with him firing that live up yesterday, he's gone completely against what he said when he come back? I'm not going to have the drama. I'm not this, that, and the other. And what the fuck are you doing having fucking Irish Kelly in your box, Alex?
Yeah.
I'm just coming in these boxes because you never get to say what you need to say. I ain't going to bother, forget it.
Because he's a hypocrite, Charlie.
Well, I'm sorry, Mary, if you feel that way, but if the host has got
Mary,
something to say, my darling, they're going to say, you know. Because I'm just angry with you at the end of the day, because like I said, he's got, you know, he has the nerve to go on to Angie's and apologise to her, but I've never made apology to me.
Well, he's not going to. I mean,
And
he was,
apart from talking facts, because I come with facts, because I only talk about the stuff that I've seen on the app and heard on the app, and we've seen what you've done, Alex. We've heard what you said in that video. So apart from the clapper, how fucking dare you? How dare you prime me anything? How dare you prime me anything? Because you need to take a fucking good look at yourself, mister. Trust me.
I don't think he would because the mirror would crack.
You need
Yeah.
to take a good look at yourself.
well, I've got to agree with Mary Lou there. It's a younger generation. Got to show them an example. You can't let, they're going to see this and think that's acceptable. And, it could go down a bad
But we
path.
can't go forward and teach the next generation if the adults are not putting that example out there, V.
Yeah, but this is what Mary was trying to say.
And you can go back to the racism thing. We all know what the N word means, but all the time that word is, relevant in pop music, in films, in theatre. That word's never going to go away.
I'm sorry, but people in the comments are
blame you,
just
Mary.
angering me so frigging much today.
You just got to, just in some ways. you've got to
She did
ignore it.
speak sense, Mary Lou did. I agree with that. But she does anyway. She does have good opinions on certain things.
Yeah.
But,
I'm always saying this in Charlie's lives, and I'm going to say it again. People in the comments, if you want to come up in the box and have a say, then come up, right? Don't be negative in the comments, because you will be muted and or blocked. It's as simple as that.
yeah.
And let me make it also clear as well, if my mods decide to mute or block anybody, I'm never, ever, ever going to question my mods. Because the mods that I've got are a great bunch of people, which I love and I respect every single one of them.
She shouldn't have been muted, Charlie, because she was
Well, I'm not going to
speaking first,
dispute
look.
that. By the looks of it, there's a dispute going on in the chat between her and Lucy, so let them sort it out.
Right, okay.
But I'm not going to get involved with my mods because I absolutely adore my mods.
Yeah, that's down to you. It's your platform. You run it how you run it how you want to run it. But me personally, I thought it was a bit rude. when
But
she was
this is the
speaking.
result how Alex gets everybody. We get so angry that we're sitting here and we're bickering between ourselves. And at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is I'm angry with Alex.
Yeah.
Because
But
he's
I
got the
did
nerve
say-
to come on here and try to do this, that and the other, and he's gone against completely what he said he was going to do. And not once has he made an apology.
Happy
Nobody else
birthday,
is
Chloe.
calling him out. Nobody else is calling him out.
No, but
Alex is a lot younger than
there
me.
there is other people called even Chippy. Yeah, that Alex has done videos about Chippy as well, and I heard him, and he did non-stop talk about
Well,
Chippy
I'm not worried
in the
about
live
what Chippy's
yesterday.
doing, V, because, I've got issues with myself with that group. I don't give a monkey's what's going on with Chippy.
No, but I'm just saying.
At
Well,
the end of the day,
I like that group.
Chippy's not a big creator on here.
Well, no, but
And the
still,
point
he's
is,
got a
if
voice.
people like Miss Red or Evil Queen or, Dave Durant, if they're not calling him out, then no other creator on here really hasn't got. What damage are we going to cause Alex?
Well, put it
Except from
this
him
way: he's
talking
too
about
frightened to get Chippy in the box. He's blocked him. We won't allow him in for Chippy to have his say. But he's giving it all this on his live about Chippy, but won't allow him in. So obviously, Chippy's got an impact on him. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Morning.
Hello.
Morning. I haven't wrote anything in the comments. I'm reading the comments and I agree with a lot of it. Maybe we're not.
You're very low, Coyote, my love.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Oh, that's much better.
I agree with a lot of the things that were in the comments and I never wrote anything in the comments, and I kind of agree because Mary Lou was speaking first, And then all of a sudden, you turned around and said, I'm speaking. And I thought, that's rather rude. You shouldn't have done that. You should have let her finish, and then you could have had your say. And there's the other guy in here that says, I'm getting angry with all the comments. And other than that mum one at the top there, she's defending Mary Lou. And she's right as well. And a few people in the comments are defending her. Now, I've come up to have my opinion. And the thing that rattled me the most is the fact that you turn around and said, unless you're Evil Queen or Dave Duran or anyone like that, you're not going to make any difference to what happens. It's not a case of if you're a nobody, you can't have your say. You can all have your say. Just because we're not Evil Queen or anyone like that does not mean that we're not entitled to fire up a
No,
lie.
but I did state earlier on that I will be mentioning Alex every day on this to remind people what he's done.
Yeah.
But whether I do any damage or not to his platform,
no. But
if a bigger creator with a bigger audience of it, then they're going to cause more damage than what I would.
No, but it came across as if
Well,
you're
that's
not
what I
them,
don't care how it come across. That's the way
Well,
that I meant it.
it doesn't matter how you meant it. That's like when you spoke to Mary Lou. You were rude to her, so it doesn't
Well, I
matter
don't
how
think
you
I was
meant
rude.
it.
The host was speaking.
You were rude.
The host was speaking, though.
No, she was speaking first.
Look, listen, I ain't come up here to cause an argument with anybody. I just wanted to say what I wanted to say, and that's it. Can we just leave it now? It's really not worth arguing over.
No,
That's fine, honey. As long as you know that it wasn't wrong on your side, just because he's the host doesn't make it right.
No, I
Okay.
understand
Now,
that.
anyway.
Listen, I ain't come, I didn't come, all I was trying to say was basically that people need to consider the younger generation. That's all I needed to say.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. Literally, that's it. I haven't come up for the slanging match with anybody. If people don't like me in the chat or anything, then that's their choice. I really don't care. It's water off a duck's back to me. At the end of the day, right, all I wanted to say was people need to consider, no matter how big of a creator you are or how small you are, you need to consider the younger generation and the fact of people are going to look up to these creators. And the fact is, right, people are going to think it's okay to do what people are doing on this app, and it's not okay. It's not okay at all. It has an effect on the people who watch it and the people who support. Well, people are going to keep supporting because they're going to feel like it's a need to support, if that makes sense. If they've got a ride or die support or whatever you call it, and somebody says, oh, go into this or go into that, they're going to go and do it, aren't they? Because I'm supporting that person. But the point I was making was people need to watch their actions, because one day it's going to cause somebody to get into a lot of trouble. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's all I
I think
want.
that's already happening, Mary.
No, I get that, Charlie, but what I'm saying is people do need to obviously watch what they're doing and saying, because it is going to have a big impact on people. And yet, I agree, it is already, but no matter what anybody does on here, no one's going to change anything unless they change themselves.
But do you feel a bigger creator can cause more damage than a smaller creator? Because
Anybody
obviously
can
the
cause
bigger
any
audience
damage,
they've
Charlie,
got.
like I've just said, it don't matter how big you are or how small you are.
I agree.
Any action from any person could cause damage. End of.
Yeah.
It don't matter
Josie,
who
morning,
you are.
love.
People need to
Morning,
realise
Charlie.
on TV, it's an app. It's an app, for God's sake. And I think sometimes people need to realise that it goes to their head. It does take over their mind. And I don't mean that in a nasty sense to anybody. I'm just saying that it ain't they ain't controlling the app, it's the app controlling them.
I think it only takes over their mind if they allow it to, because I think, and I've said that before on here, if you allow people to get into your head and start messing with it, they've won.
Yeah, but the thing is, Charlie, it's already happening, ain't it?
Yeah,
That's
of course it is, of course.
So,
But
but
with
anyway,
me, it doesn't. With me, it doesn't, because as soon as I turn the app off, that's it, it's done.
well, it's the same with me. I don't even entertain going in boxes really no more. I don't really go live no more, because I can see what it's doing to other people. And one thing is for sure, it's never going to do that to me, ever. I'm just a viewer. I ain't nobody. I'm a somebody outside the app. I'm a human being, like everybody else is a human being. But on this app, I'd rather be known as a nobody than somebody who causes damage to a person.
You go live, Mary, so why don't you turn your platform into something that you want to...
I don't want to, Charlie. I really don't want to. I'd rather be known as just a viewer, and I'd rather keep it that way.
That suits her.
Yeah. Morning, Josie.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everybody. How is
Good morning. Good morning, sweetheart.
Are you all right, Charlie? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've got a lot to say, but it's got to be in a context of just getting it off my chest, really. This app has gone to shit, right?
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I remember in lockdown when it was all happy and dancing and music, and there was no no battles and begging for money and stuff like that. So it's just scary that what I'm sick of hearing is the word pedlo going around, right? And as someone who's survived child SA and come through the outside of it and still has PTSD from it, even the word, it's soul destroying when someone's accused of it that hasn't done it. And there's been a lot of accusations lately of guys that if someone doesn't like them, they'll call them that word, or if they've said something wrong that offends them, then they're one of them people, And it's just, don't ever accuse someone of something if they've got no facts, no proof, nothing. And that word is out there then. It's there, it's done. You're scorned as that person. You're guilty before proven innocent, And, I was watching live last night, early hours, nearly 3 o'clock this morning, actually. It's bad. I couldn't sleep. I've had a lot on my mind. When Ems apparently reported John Shields for an accusation that he's done, and she showed someone else a text. I don't know if it was a set-up or anything, but that man crumbled, John Shields, right? Whether he's guilty or not, I don't know. No one knows that. But it's out there now. People have already judged him because he went with a 15-year-old, allegedly.
Well, the seed's been planted.
Yes.
And
he called the police on his live and he spoke to them and said, I am distraught by this. Before you get it from anyone else, I'm telling you that there's a false allegation going around of me. She'll get questioned about it and the people that were doing it with her, and it's malicious communications and it's defamation of character,
I went into his live at like 2, 3 o'clock this morning and they were shouting and screaming. What was all that about?
Can you just make it clear to the people that are not aware, because I'm not really sure about what you're talking about. I know obviously John Shields has been to Ems's, but what is the accusation? What is she saying?
You're meant to be getting married, weren't
What
they?
is weird about it is the fact that there's always, I'm sorry, I've got to say this word, there's always a victim that's been in Ems's kitchen, okay? They always end up scorned or something wrong. She did it with Dan, shopping with Dan as well. Now, he stayed with her, John Shields, for about a week last week, living with her, staying with her. They were near enough in love. She knew enough to get married. Straight. It was pathetic, right? And then they had an argument because she said that he took all her money. She was treating him. She bought him a load of birthday stuff, right? So I don't know if it's scripted or whatever. And last night I was in Hustle's live, and there was loads of people in the live, it was doing boxes, so everybody watched it. So I don't know whether it was for an effect of views. She sent AR a text message to say that John had done what he'd done with someone, and he just fully exposed him. He just said, "Oh, go to my Telegram and just look at the news." It was all false, but he was watching John Shields. Basically, I'm sounding like I'm mumbling up, but she's saying that he went with a 15-year-old and she's just exposed him, basically. So he heard this on his live and he decided to call the police and said, I need something done about this. They're trashing my name, sort of thing. But when that had happened, because he went back to his dad's or his dad's friend or something called Martin, and they were having a massive argument all through the night, till early hours, screaming at the top of their heads. So I don't know whether there's a personal thing going on with John Shields and his family, but he's definitely broken, that man. And I don't know if he's done it, then he deserves everything he gets, right? But if he hasn't, he's already guilty in the public's eyes,
The thing is, Josie, we've had these conversations before. when you have a gay person, and obviously, you know, whether John Shields is gay or whether he's bisexual,
Yeah.
coming from the gay community, we have to fight our rights every day.
I know.
But being branded one of those is, you know, like I said, it's happened to me over the last few weeks. I've had to go to the police and report it myself. Not because we've got anything to hide, it's just to cover our own backsides.
Yeah.
But that is just the most awfulest thing, to brand a gay person.
Yeah.
Just because they're gay and they like the opposite sex doesn't make them a pedlo.
No, it was terrible. I was literally trying to talk to him on his live and saying, you know, please, you know, talk to one of us. You know, if she's making this up, she's so evil. It's like, how low can you go to crucify someone like that? It's happened to you, Charlie. It's happened to quite a lot of people. And there's a lot of people on here that are doing it and getting away with it. And, you know,
well, obviously she's one of them.
Well, just also doing it and coming back on here as if nothing's ever happened. And, you know, she's just smiling and smirking on the camera like she's done nothing wrong. But he's falling apart at the seams. And it worries me that, you know, someone's going to do something bad one day.
Yeah,
and they're just going to be like, oh, we got a lot of views for it, you know.
That's all that matters, because views brings in gifts, doesn't it, Josie?
Yeah.
So, you know, she knows what she's doing.
It's terrible,
Apple,
though.
can we hear from Little Apple?
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm quite new to this. A few
I've seen
things
you, Little Apple.
You might have seen me, you might even recognise my voice. But yeah, I'm reasonably new to this. There's a few things. That woman that were on before, I can't remember her bloody name. The one who was talking a lot of sense.
Mary Lou. Sure we
Yeah,
does.
Mary Lou. Yeah, I agree with everything she was saying. How I'd have described that is everybody's actions are going to get reactions, aren't they?
Yeah, of course.
So if whatever your actions are, if you're going to create bad actions, you're going to get bad reactions back. It's always going to come back 10 times worse for you on this app. Always is. Also, when who said Happy Pride Month?
Me.
Josie.
I don't agree with that. I'd rather it be Happy Mental Health. A happy
Well, it is
mental
mental health month, but it's also
mental
pride.
health month. Yeah, that it's easy to get brushed under the table because of pride, but pride
it's
just forgive it.
No, it's not.
I think it is. You don't really see much about men's mental health at the moment. It's all about.
It's all over the app.
Massive advocate for mental health, and I'll
And
always
if we
stand up
don't,
for mental
yeah,
health.
and if
I
the
know,
gays,
but
if us
a lot
gays
of it-
don't
a lot of it
scream,
pushed it aside.
if us gays don't scream and shout once a year, we get put to the side.
It
The
can
thing
be
is, why
both.
do you need
You're
to scream
right,
and shout?
Dee. Yeah, it can be
It's
both.
like people saying I need to scream and shout once a year because I'm straight. I've got a lot of gay friends, and believe it or not,
Can I just intervene there a minute? It's bugging me a little bit. Straight people don't have to prove that they're straight and
No.
they're a decent
Gay people
person,
don't.
okay?
Gay
Gay
people have to
people
prove
and the
they're
LGBTQ community are oppressed with so much of their life. They have to prove that they're a decent person by having pride. It's wrong for you to say, "Oh, we should have straight month." No,
I'm not saying we
Everybody
should have a
is
straight
allowed
month.
to have
I'm
a
saying we
life.
should have a Pride Month because to me, it's no different. A lot of my gay friends will say they don't agree with companies changing their badges and stuff online to having a pride flag behind it. They say it's ridiculous. It's just kind of.
it's not ridiculous if you're trying to support yourself, though, is it?
Yeah, but a lot of them say it's demeaning. What they say, why do we have to be celebrated? It's no different. Everybody wants to be treated equally and the same. It don't matter what your gender is,
But we're
what
not
your sexuality
treated.
is.
Pride Month.
But that's why we have
equal.
pride, because we are not treated rightly like everybody else.
This is why
I get
Pride's
that.
in. This is
Yeah,
why
I get
Pride
that.
is.
I get that, but then that's like saying people that said a Black Lives Matter movement. That's ridiculous as well. But then you're going to get Pakistanis saying we want a Pakistani Lives Matter, and you're going to get Mexicans we want a Latino Lives Matter.
No, I think you're
Apple, I
going off
think you're
subject
wrong,
now, to be
Fred.
honest.
You know, Black Lives do matter because they are discriminated against.
That's just my opinion. Everybody has opinions. They're like assholes. Everybody
No,
has
but the thing
opinions.
is,
That's
all
what I
lives
think.
matter because Black Lives Matter.
Sorry,
Black lives are
I'm
all
sorry.
lives.
I'm not. Yeah, all of our lives matter. My
Of
gay
course they
pride
do.
matters. You know, end of.
Listen, right, the way I look at it, tell me if I'm wrong. If you're straight, yeah, that's your business. That's down to you. But when you're you know, your sexuality is different, you have to fight for that. So it does matter.
Yeah.
You're fighting within yourself as well. You're fighting others. Because years ago it was horrific.
It still is, love.
Yeah, but not as bad as what it used
People
to
are
be.
still in in other parts of the world. It's
Yeah,
still
maybe in
illegal.
parts of the
People
world,
are still
yeah.
being chucked off high
But
from
it's more
buildings.
noticeable. Sorry, I rephrase that. It's more noticeable and more accepted than what it was in the 60s and 70s.
You know, it wasn't
80s.
that long ago. My good friend, the Vivian, that was on Paul Drag Race, got attacked in McDonald's.
See, this is what I mean. It still happens, doesn't it? So, it doesn't matter your sexuality. It doesn't matter, your colour or what have you. It all matters to them people.
But I'm not. This isn't no blaming or anything. But it's ignorant comments like that man just said. That reasons why we have to have pride, because there's people that are just like, well, that woman's house is on fire over there. Why isn't mine? Grow up. It's Pride Month. Get over it. Gay people or LGBTQ community shouldn't have to do this, but they have to.
They shouldn't. Yeah, they do because
we are doing it because we're letting you know we matter.
Yeah, of course, and it's awareness as well. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't understand it. I can't. Oh, but that's his opinion. Yeah, he can have his opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Of course he can, but you need to be you're never too old to be educated.
He needs to. That's what I was going to say. I think he needs to be educated, Josie, because at the end of the day, everybody's got a right to live their life, what makes them happy.
Exactly, but I just, and also everybody is a somebody. I don't want to hear that unless you're a big creator, you've got a voice. Like I've got a little amount of followers, but if I struck up a live one day, the whole world would know about it because I've got a lot to say. That if I go for what's right, not whose side I'm on, or if someone's being wrong, they need to be called out about it, and that's that. And these people that are up high in the leaderboard or whatever you call it have got no morals. It's all money over morals. They don't give a toss about each other either. They'll stab each other in the back as quick as they can, make up a lover lie. And it's just flip-flopping. You either agree with your morals or you don't, and set a good example. There's children on this app. I hate to think that there's any children watching. I will never let my grandson go near this app until he's of age.
I agree, Josie. I agree with you there because there's children out there are scared to come out about their sexuality, and seeing somebody like that come into the box, it could withdraw them back into themselves. Do you know what I mean? Not have the strength to come out. So I agree with you.
All the kids on this app are very impressionable. Very impressionable.
It's not optional. We weren't.
No, it's not.
We weren't given the option at birth. We're born like this, and
Listen, can I just say something before I lose it out my head? Sorry. What it is, I'm not blaming any creator. Before I say, I'm just saying it in general because what I see, right? Since certain creators have been racial and everything else, I've noticed all the lives, especially kids, being racist and being homophobic. Now these kids are impressionable on this app. Big creators ain't seeing what it's doing to the children. Don't forget this was a child's app before the adults took over. 13 plus. This was for the kids. The adults have took over, and basically now they're doing what they want, but they don't realise what impression they're having on the younger generation. That's why the generation's so fucked up, because of these creators saying what they want when they want, and look what's happening now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right,
The thing is, people are very quick to say this app's toxic. It's a disgusting app. It's not. It's a lovely app. If you use it for what it's for, it is a great app. It's really lovely. It's the people. They've got their own minds. They know what they're doing, and it's so sad to say and admit the drama brings all the views. If someone was doing something nice with the content, people would be bored with it. If someone's having an argument, they are sharing it, they are tapping it, they are looking at it, they're goading it, and it's just I haven't watched EastEnders for about a month because I've been on TikTok.
Yeah, Josie, you're right there, because I'm not being funny. Even though I don't like being involved in drama, I don't mind watching it.
Yeah.
on the outside. Do you see what I'm saying?
Hey, they can bring the drama to me, but they'll get it back. I'm telling you, because I'm not one to be keeping my mouth shut. Just saying.
Yeah, I just think tell people what you want them to know, because as soon as you say something, or if it's a different opinion,
I don't know if they let you back up, Little Apple, but you did come across quite
rude.
Yeah. Or you're back.
Can I just address Little Apple, actually?
Oh,
As
no.
Charlie knows, I'm somebody that doesn't celebrate Pride. I'm a very non-scene gay man. But
a lot of people are.
I'm educated enough to know that years ago in this
Is
country...
is this a different person?
Oh, that's a different person, isn't it?
Who is it? No, this is Lido talking now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Go on, Lee.
Not that person
But
that was in.
years ago, it was actually illegal to be homosexual in this country.
Well, it was 1972, I think, wasn't it? Or 74?
74, I believe. So, Little Apple, can you imagine actually being persecuted for who you're actually born as? So before you come up here ranting and making really uneducated comments, you need to understand why Pride actually exists.
Yeah.
Because even though I don't celebrate Pride as a gay man myself, you need to be educated enough to understand why Pride is in this country. And not only does it extend to our country, but all the other countries where people still get unalived for being born the way that they are.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of it should be this pride, this pride, this pride. It's still a massive ongoing problem in the whole world in which we live in. That's why there is a pride.
And the example there, Little Apple, is, you know, you can walk down the high street hand in hand with your girlfriend or your wife. But if I go down the high street and I'm holding hands with my boyfriend or my partner, I get the looks and I get called names.
Yeah.
And that's from the ignorant people. What I was trying to say, but maybe not said it the best way, is it don't matter what your sexuality is, what your gender is, what the colour of your skin is, everybody should matter the same. You should have the exact same right to walk down the street and kiss
You
your
are the
boyfriend.
same person, Little Apple.
But this
It
is
should be
why
no-
we
it should
have.
be no different.
But this is why we have Pride every year.
But Little Apple, you did say, what about mental health? What about that?
Yeah.
It's you know, it is
Everything matters.
Everybody has mental health, whether it's good or bad, and it doesn't go unnoticed with me. Believe me, I
But
even
you
watch
don't
people's
see
lives.
mental health people being attacked in the street.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But gay people, you do get attacked in the street.
Yeah, yeah.
You you don't see the mental health people get attacked as such. Not many. Some you do. The ones that are like literally talking to themselves, walking around barefoot, bouncing about off walls, screaming and shouting at themselves because they just can't deal with everything. So I do get that, and I know where you're coming from. I just don't think I've worded it properly. And the joys of ADHD is my brain doesn't allow me to process it the same, so it'll come out.
Hey,
You might
Little
not agree with
Apple.
how it's come out, but they might be
Little
different.
Apple.
how I could have
Now-
worded
You
it.
can
I
train.
don't
No,
know
hang
how
on.
to-
1 minute. 1 minute. You can train yourself. I've got ADHD. And normally, I said the wrong word, but I've had to stop.
But big
think,
up
and
Little
listen,
Apple for
just
coming
because of-
back and owning up. And
That's where I
taking it
struggle.
on the chin, you know?
I can't do that. Yeah, like I said,
I can. I've got ADHD.
yeah,
Okay.
you can.
No
but
worries,
everybody's
Jason.
different, aren't they? That's like saying every gay man's the same, or every black man's the same, every woman's the same.
He has
It's-
got a point there, Joe.
Everybody's
Yeah,
different.
no, we
aren't they?
understand that, but you can train your brain to think before you
Yeah,
speak.
but you don't.
And you
always
have got to
do
also
that,
give it to
Joe,
him.
you
He
know.
has come back up to explain what he
I'll
meant,
give him
you know?
yeah,
Absolutely.
I just don't think I've worded it right. I just don't know another different way how to word it.
No,
Other people
big
might
up
be
to
able to
you,
say it
Little
a
Apple, for
different
coming
way.
back.
So I weren't trying to attack anybody. I was just trying to say that, in my opinion, it doesn't matter whether you're gay. If you're gay, I wouldn't hold it against you. I'd walk past you in the street and say, "You all right?" I'd check your hand. People will say, "Oh, he's gay, he can carry AIDS, he's gay." Well, no, that's something like 1970s and 80s where it was such a big thing. You can't catch AIDS by fucking shaking hands. I don't get what the big issue is. I don't get why people are so worried about a lot of this stuff. Whether you're gay, whether you're trans, whether you want to identify as a bloody tree. It
Listen,
don't really matter.
I'm quite
The
ignorant.
thing
It
is,
don't really
the
matter.
thing is,
To me, you
Little
should be
Apple,
kept the same.
the thing is, the stigma around gay people and HIV is just as bad today in ways, and especially in different countries, than what it was back in the
Yeah.
80s.
Oh, definitely.
If not in other countries, even worse, because other countries don't give out free medication for HIV. They're charged for it.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's
We're the only country that gives people that are living with HIV free medication.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's gay who's got HIV, and he's on medication, and he said,
one of my best friends is one of the leading doctors in Brighton for HIV.
Yeah.
You know, and the stories that he tells me, you know, that the amount of medication that he sends abroad, you know, medication that's not been used or left over or whatever, to give to those patients that are suffering with HIV that haven't got medication.
Yeah.
You know, they may be given a month's supply, and that month's supply, they may be taking that tablet just once a week instead of every day.
Yeah.
I've got to empathise with Lilo as well, because, you know, back in the day of like 70s, 80s, or whatever years, a lot of gay people were so oppressed. It was illegal. You weren't allowed to be yourself.
Yeah, they were getting beat
so
up
much
daily.
worse then. And
Well,
now
you were locked in a room. If you had HIV in the 80s and you were in hospital, you were locked in a room.
I know. It's
They didn't really know what it was. They thought it was infectious, didn't they, which was pretty stupid of them.
But what I'm saying is, they were so oppressed these days. When they reach 40 or 50, they're so trained in their mind to not be open about it. They frown upon people that are very open about it, because they're so used to just hiding and not coming out the way they want to. They're very, I don't know if it's an envy thing or just, I wish I could do that when I was that age. But they would be beaten in the street or, you know, attacked.
And you've also got to remember now, Josie, and these days that HIV is a bigger issue within the straight community now than what it is the gay community.
Yeah.
And also, HIV will be eradicated by the year 2050.
But yeah, that's what the statistics show.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. I would like to just jump in there. A comment you made 5 minutes ago about how people don't get abused because of their mental health. I work in mental health, but I had a schizophrenic son that died 9 weeks ago, and he was tortured on the street for his mental health, abused constantly for his mental health. And I'm all for everybody, be who you want, live the way you want to be.
Well, I'm pleased that you told me that, Jane, because never ever have I ever heard that somebody with mental health being attacked in the street.
They get abused.
Obviously, they might come out. Obviously, you know, the ambulance people or the police handle them a different way than what we do. You know, these people that are suffering with mental health issues. But I've never come across it personally myself.
Yeah, when in crisis, police get called because how we're reacting, and police try and restrain them.
Yeah,
and then ambulance come and they're kicking off an ambulance because they're in crisis and they can't control themselves, and then they say, oh, we've been assaulted, so we can't deal with them. So the person with mental health that's in crisis just gets effectively abandoned and left because they're in crisis. That's where the struggle is.
On the app, if somebody is advocating for mental health, this is a type of life that they should be doing and highlighting this type of thing, like we are today about the gay community. About what else is happening on the app, you know.
I'm kind of new to the app, so I'm just building my page up. I am going to start awareness on this, you know, once I've built up a little bit. But it's so different. You have to be in the line of work to see, you know, or have a loved one in that situation that you're constantly having to take care of or chase about. And, you know, some people affected him because of his sexuality as well. And that should never have happened. People should live for who they want to be.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever come on an app. This is an app, a physical app. You come off this app, you walk away, you go about your daily routine.
So do I take it, Jane?
And be abused.
Jane, do I take it that you work in mental health, or?
I'm off on bereavement at the moment, but up until my son died, yes, I am a mental health counsellor. I do a lot in mindfulness.
Wow. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jane. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I'm fighting the mental health services for my son, you know, at the same point. But what really gets to me is I come on this app and I see somebody because they're gay or their colour or any of the rest of it gets abused, and how big creators think it's smart to condemn people.
I think it's all right, Jane, if you've got the evidence to, condemn somebody. If somebody's on here that, what we class as a wrong un, what I mean, a pedlo, and somebody is going to gun them down, then all for it. But there is innocent people being branded with awful names that, with no meaning
And
to
that's
it.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and I can understand.
Em's is currently calling somebody a pedlo, isn't she?
Yeah, and that's not right. That's not right.
Do you know that? Do you know that Em's has got an uncle that's a convicted peddler?
That's an alleged.
No, he's convicted. He's been convicted. He's 67.
The thing is, though, as well, I've got mental health and no one would know. I'm all bubbly and smiley and that, and I'll always help people. But I'm struggling inside quite a lot, but I don't let anyone know that. And that's probably
the problem.
What's the worst thing? You hold it yourself, but...
And that is the problem. Everybody smiles.
Can I just stop? Little Apple, you need to be very, very careful what you say on a public platform, because you've just made a statement there, and I don't mean to point it out, but unless you've got factual evidence of that.
I have got factual evidence. That's why I said he's convicted.
And you need
Apple.
I know, but that's not this girl Em's fault. I don't know her, but that's not her fault.
What I'm saying is she's going around calling people pedlos that aren't, but she's got one in her family, and she won't discuss him. If you ask her about him, she won't discuss him.
Yeah, but again, what Charlie's saying is that Ems is the creator. You shouldn't bring people's families in, saying they've got nothing to do with this platform.
No.
And, it's schooling something that hasn't even been questionable.
Addressed, yeah. I was aware of that.
Yeah, and you need...
When she goes calling people pedlos that with no evidence just because she fell out with him. Just because she don't like what somebody said and she calls him a pedlo, that's affecting their life and their family.
If you're calling Em's uncle a pedlo and you've got evidence, then you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, Charlie, is that's not MC, is it?
No,
darling. Do you want to talk? Alison.
No, I'm just saying, he can't bring it up. He need proof to bring it up.
I'll post it on my profile.
Yeah, you're right, Alison.
Why did you put it on your profile? Can I ask you that?
No, I said I haven't. I said I will post it on my profile so you can see the proof that it's convicted.
Yeah, but that's not MC, is it? This is
that?
what Jane's saying, and Josie, it's not MC that is convicted, it's somebody in her family that she probably doesn't have anything to do with, so she can't be condemned of that.
No, I think
I don't know how to word it any different.
If she's not prepared to talk about it, then obviously she's taken action because she doesn't want to fucking know, basically.
What I think Little Apple's trying to say, right, correct me if I'm wrong, because she's coming out with the words and calling people and making them out, like you said, Josie, about John.
Yeah.
That she needs to look at her own life because
I do get what Little Apple's saying, but it's still
that's it. That's what I mean. If she can go on calling innocent people, I don't understand how she can go calling innocent people.
Two wrongs don't make a right,
does it? You can't exactly, Josie, because you're annoyed with them. Let the authorities take care of it. And to be honest with you, if this isn't true about John Shields, and she deserves everything she gets, I'm really sorry, bitch.
Do you not have anything to do with
I need to go to the little boy's room. Jojo, you're in charge.
All right, darling. But what I was going to say was I've been wanting to go live and do my own thing for ages. I'm an artist, so I draw and I paint, and I'm a big advocate for mental health because I suffer myself, but I'm a family woman, I've got my own business, I've got my own home, and I struggle immensely sometimes. I'm on medication and I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I've got my scruples and I'm very clued up to what's going on in life, and I've got good morals, but my kids are so protective. They're like, don't go live. Don't you dare. We wouldn't want anyone coming for you or being horrible to you.
My partner didn't want me going live. That's how I got to start this profile.
As much as I can look after myself, I'm quite sensitive, and I would probably have a breakdown if someone come for me the way they come for these big creators. And
hey, Josie, I'd love to see your art. I'd love to see it.
Oh, thank you. I did about 5 drawings yesterday. I just sat there and I just kept drawing and drawing and drawing.
Can you post them up, Joes? Can you post them on your profile?
Actually, it was just it's just it's just something that I've done for a long time. I did art at school, and I should have been an art teacher. Really, I'm not bigging myself up, but I find therapy in it. Just the posture and just creating on a paper. If you've got a pencil and a bit of paper, you will always have an imagination to do something, even if it's a circle. And it's just therapy. It's, some people like to have a drink, some people like to go to the gym. I mean, I'm working out at home, but I just love to draw and to see art in everything I see, but
you do art therapy
this
classes,
app
don't they?
is poisonous.
Yeah, they do.
My partner,
See, you're a drawer, I'm a singer. That helps me.
I do sing as well, but I haven't sang for a while, but...
Oh, wow, will you come into JoJo's talent show on Saturday? We'll expect to see you, Josie.
I'll come into it. Do you do a talent show then?
Yeah, I'm doing a talent show. The winner gets a 10k gift at the end of it.
Oh my God!
So come on, Josie. We want to see you now, girl.
What it is, because of all the shit on the app at the moment, I wanted to give back to the app.
Cooper,
and I wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? So
what's the 10k gift?
I thought I'd bring something good back to the app, and
that's so good. That's really
what's
good.
a 10k gift?
Plus, as well, do you know what? It's a way of people having a social life as well.
And it's Diazzy.
Do
you know this app is good?
I went out for a good knees up, but singing as well is a good way of releasing. Yeah,
of course, Mary.
Has Jazz spoken?
No, sorry, I actually jumped in when people were just speaking about M's and...
Yeah, go on.
Morning, Jazz.
I've got to jump off, but I can still listen.
I just wanted to... People getting quite defensive in the comments, and obviously that we've got quite a few numbers in, and I just wanted to obviously point out, I understood what Little Apple was getting at, but we can't obviously raise that if that's not been raised herself. She's obviously... She won't speak about it, I'm guessing, because she doesn't stand with what that person's done if it's true. So we're not ones to sit here and say, obviously, oh, she's got this person in her family. I'm sure there's loads of us on here that have people in our family that have done wrong. That does not make us as a person responsible for what people in our family do. So we can't really bring that here. What she's accusing John Shields of is wrong, and we can all agree on that. So we just need to stick to the subject in hand of that's wrong, and we need to hold her accountable for that action, not what her uncle's potentially done or anybody else in her family, because that's the rumor can start that way, and that's how it becomes damaging, and then that's how this platform can then be held liable for all that rumor. So
exactly. That's what we were saying, Jax.
That's
it's
all.
Not it's somebody within a family.
Yeah, that's
as well. She's not the one that's inflicted anything.
I also think that Ems is a very, very troubled girl, and she needs help. I mean, I pity that beautiful dog. I want to take her away and just cuddle her, But it's everyone that goes in her kitchen always has some sort of backlash of drama or an accusation made against them, or it's just terrible. I mean, I've watched her lives throughout the night before, and that poor. I mean, Dan shopping with Dan shouldn't have gone there. We know that, but he's reliable on drink. We know that. So she obviously enticed him to go. They were both sitting on their lives with their backs to each other. What was the point of being in the same room as each other if you're going to just, he's calling her a nobody. She's telling him to get on the treadmill to embarrass himself. It's just a joke, and the views were sky high. And it's, she did it with John Shields the week before, like making him leave the house and come back in. And it's just a joke.
That's what we need to bear that in mind. Ems knows how to get her views.
Yes.
And that's what she does know. Just Little Apple saying in the comments that he actually is a pedalo hunter. If that's true, then you obviously shouldn't be putting that out there, because
if it's true, then you shouldn't be putting it out there.
Can I just say something on that? Because there's too many people on here saying the pedalo hunters, you have to go through certain training before becoming an actual pedalo hunter.
Anyone can walk up to someone with a phone in their hand and say, you're a pedalo, I'm going to take you to the police. But announcing it and glamorising it is absolutely disgusting.
I'm not saying he ain't.
I don't want to be coming on here and attacking obviously this one individual, but if he is, he shouldn't be putting that information out there.
Yeah, I agree.
As well. I just don't think we should be coming for one person based on what they've done in their family. You know, my mum went to jail.
No, you have to. Hang on, sorry. Can I just? Yes, you have to. You have to train for it. You can't just become a peddler hunter like that. Because that's a vigilante. No, is it a vigilante group?
The case we'd all go out there with machetes and hammers and knocking everyone out. We think
You have to be registered. You have to be registered with the police.
Anyone can't do it, Lexi. You can't do it. You have to go through training and everything else.
I think that's
Okay.
people get wrongly accused. I think at the minute, what's his name's doing it? I forget his name. He looks a bit like
It does seem to happen in
Well, I'm
there.
not being horrible. I know this sounds sick, but I think a lot of people are doing it to wear this invisible cape as if they're heroes. And to be honest with you, sometimes the ones that say they're the hunters are the ones you've got to watch and question because they're glamorising it too much just to say, oh, he did it, she did it. It could be revenge. It could be something to make someone else look bad.
That's the one.
Get your facts right and take it to the authorities. And don't put it on a live. Like, who do you think you are? Most of them have got their gifts on as well, so that
That's
they
the
can
one,
get
so-
presents out of it. It's a joke.
Ed Matthews is currently
Exactly, Corinne.
We need to watch
Exactly.
this because
Look at
the thing is when you are being
training on it.
when you're being a pedlo hunter, you can very, very easily damage a case and then turn
you don't
that
actually train on
pedlo
it.
into the
I said,
victim.
look it up.
If you go to the police and ask them, you have to go through training before coming a peddler hunter. That is fact. I know that 100%.
They would say leave it up to us. Yeah, they would.
Well,
like you just said, who just said about damaging the case if you do something wrong? Look at the
Yeah, no, Ed Matthews, is currently doing it. So that should be obviously he's making people eat cat food and stuff, which is just a
Yes, it is. There is no training. It's not a job, and it's not support. Of course, it's supported by the police.
It has to be supported by the police because I'm not being funny. Going around putting leaflets up, and then you find out later that it's not true. How much damaging is that to
Jojo,
their
you don't,
person and their families?
Jojo, you don't. The cops don't even like them. You have to go through
I
training.
don't think this is a funny situation, to be honest. Little Apple thinks it's funny that we think you need to have certain qualifications or training to be a hunter. You have to go through the right channels. It ain't something you can just go, I'm going to put my trainers on and go and sort someone out today. It's not like that. And to just advertise it on TikTok, you know.
The police.
There is a lady on it that's quite open.
It was Jojo who said you had to do
Yeah, well, I said
training.
it. Shall I get to the police station now so they can tell you? Shall I?
I don't know. I don't think you do because Ed Matthews has all of a sudden become a pedlo hunter.
Yeah, but when I hear Ed Matthews, I know that he's just a creator that wants to just get a lot of views. He's even used a poor disabled boy Darren that's just to get views.
He's
and take
fucked
him out
up.
and mug
He's
him off.
fucked up there a couple of times as well, Josie.
And the thing is, the way I look at it, right, to be a pedlo hunter, this is what I've been led to believe. To be a pedlo hunter, you have to have certain training, right? Therefore, you've got to be recognised by the police. You have a number. You have to have a number. Am I right or wrong, Jojo?
Right. This is what the police told me.
Now, if you're going and you're joining groups for pedlo hunters, you know, then that's classed to the police as vigilantes. That's what we was told by the police.
So okay, when you find a peddler, what's the first thing you do? You question them, then ring the police. So you're telling me the police don't do nothing? They arrest them, take them straight to the thingy with all your evidence that you've got.
Right, if you've got a file on that person, because if you're one of them, then you've got to have a file on them.
It
right?
is all Apple.
With immense evidence. Therefore, why don't you ring the police and get the police to go and arrest them, hand the file over?
Right then, Little Apple, here's a question for you, right? Say, for instance, you walk in the street or do what you do and you pull someone and they are totally innocent and they say to you, fuck off.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? Are you going to hold them against the wall? Are you going to restrain them until the police come? What do you do? What do you actually do? I'm intrigued. If they're innocent, like, because I tell you what, if God forbid you called me and I know I'm innocent, you would be dealt with. Trust me.
MJ, you have to give certain things with the police first before you can do anything. I'm telling you, because you're going to get no convictions if you don't.
Yeah,
That's just
wasn't there a
fact.
lady? Wasn't there a lady that EQ was talking about the other night? And she was in EQ's chat, and she's a professional pedlo hunter. And I think she was going through the rules and this, that, and the other. And
Yeah.
basically, the majority of people on here that call themselves pedlo hunters are breaking the rules right, left, and centre. So
Yeah, she's called
she
Danny.
doesn't
She's a
class
proper
them.
hunter. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
she doesn't class them as hunting teams.
Like I stated, there was somebody on here, right, Josie, right?
Yeah.
They went and got one of the pedlos, right? Made him to say sorry and then drove off. What was the point of
You
that?
had Ed Matthews got somebody in London, I think it was, taking their trousers down and walking in just in their boxer shorts.
That's disgusting.
It's just a joke. Like, what if these people are innocent and they go and say that just to get some off their back, and then they go and unalive themselves?
So
because it's, like,
what
humiliating.
professional hunting team would do that?
None.
It's
No,
not
that's
real.
not-
It's
Go
not
for the
right.
proper protocol. The proper protocol.
Right. So, Charlie, when you was called that, you was absolutely mortified.
Yeah, of course.
Was you not?
Yeah.
Right. You know it's untrue, right?
Yes.
And you've had to fight your corner, and you're still fighting your corner over that accusation,
Yeah.
right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So these people that go out and do that, how do you think they feel? As soon as it's terrifying. Somebody come to you and say you're a P. Yeah.
There is a protocol, Lexi. There is.
There is a
Okay.
protocol.
I am a survivor.
1 minute. Right, I'm gonna put a question to Lexi. Yeah, right. You know,
Jane,
I'm background checks on
Jane
people.
stopped. Jane,
You know-
I'm really sorry about your loss, love. And big hugs to you. And please
Yeah, God
do
bless
that
you, Jane.
page. You can help so many people on this app.
Lexi's saying that there ain't no protocol. There is, because you can't physically do a background check on anyone, especially a pedlo, unless you've gone through the right channels with the police and everything else. That is fact. I've been told by multiple police officers. Have I or have I not?
Yes, you have.
The police do work then, because I used to follow someone, and when they catch a P, and they used to phone the police up.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, sometimes getting the authorities involved doesn't always go in your favour. I am a survivor. When I was a young girl, I went to a Crown Court. They got
so
guilty.
sorry, Josie.
I was 11 to 15 years old, and this person got not guilty, okay, but he did it. He did it, okay, and I've had to live with that all my life. And I even know someone close to me that was accused of something they didn't do. So it's just fucked up, this world. Honestly, it really is. Like, going through that at 11 to 15 and then having to testify in a court.
Yeah.
And read through it, yeah.
I can't
and
imagine.
read
And a
that
judge
trauma.
at a young age. I've never got over it. I'm 50 now and I've got a lovely life, but that has scarred
Josie,
me
I'm so
forever.
sorry.
And I could be a good candidate for people. If my inbox is always
And
open.
can I say,
for my inbox.
for a 50-year-old lady, from a gay man's point of view, you look stunning.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Oh, bless you.
What, you're 50?
What?
Who's 50?
Me.
Josie.
Never. No, you're not.
But don't you
She
make me
bloody
blush?
is.
That's what I said. That you're fucking stunning, dear.
Yes,
I've had to carry that grief with me all my life and bring up children on my own. I've got a grandson and I'm a single mum, and I'm full of love and full of life and always there for anybody else. But it's just, I've been through the system of not feeling like I wasn't believed, and it's just, it doesn't leave you.
Well, can we just say,
Yeah.
Josie, as a community, we're here for you, girl.
Thank you, darling.
Already late. It's not illegal. It's not illegal to record anything, but it can damage your case depending on what you do to that person.
Oh, Jane, you're welcome.
Honestly, it is very damaging. So if you grabbed, say for example, you've got all the chat and everything, yeah, off the pedlo to the what do you call them?
Decoy.
The decoy, yeah. And then you go and meet that person. You put hands on them. That's damaged your case straight away.
Yep. They're protected.
Incorrect.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to be very careful what you do when you're live streaming, especially.
Josie.
Can we discuss this properly? And I can tell you how we do it, and then you tell me how you think it's done.
Can I just say something to Josie?
Yes, darling.
Morning.
Big hugs to you, and you're a very strong, brave person.
Can we all say
I'm
yes, you are,
I'm
Josie?
deeply sorry what happened to you.
Can we all
Thank you.
say hello
You didn't
to my
get justice.
sister? She's in the chat.
Hello, Charlie, sister.
Hi, Charlie, sister.
I really appreciate that.
Hello,
Charlie.
Lou.
I wasn't saying it for like sympathy or anything
No,
like that.
I know
Just
you
put it out
wasn't.
there that you can see a light, and you know I've got PTSD. I'm in a terrible way sometimes, but
Yeah.
I've got faith in my heart that I'm better than that, and I will get through it. And you know, and you've just got to believe in what's right and stick by good morals and try
Yeah,
and
I
educate
agree.
people, protect the world. And I'm a little bit of a Mother Nature woman, to be honest. And I believe in things happen for a reason, and karma is good. Karma comes around in the end. Trust me.
Yeah, but we
Be careful how you treat people, you know.
Exactly. Just remember, Josie, we're all there for you if you ever need us.
Yeah,
Thank you,
definitely.
darling. I really appreciate
Definitely.
that.
Right, guys, everybody, I've just got a little song to play for you all this morning. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody that came in this morning. And thank you for all the gifts, all the kind messages and all the support. And don't forget, join me tomorrow morning at 7:30, where I'll be bringing you the latest headlines from around the app.